Francis, you've had a fantastic day today. Congratulations. Am I right in thinking that it was victory in the last race of your last half-ton Classics Cup and victory in the first race of this one?
That's right. We won the last race at Cowes and the first race of the day here.
Wonderful, that's really great. What have you been up to since we last met in Cowes?
Concord has been in a lorry park, so it hasn't been sailed since Cowes. We got it out about a month ago, launched it in Plymouth, and we sailed 4 Wednesday nights in training for this. We didn't quite manage to get all the crew on the boat together and train together until we got here. So we were quite pleased with that first race, yeah. It all came together quite well.
Very much so. Now tell us a bit about who are your crew?
On the main sheet I've got Robert Libby. Myself and Robert have sailed together for, it's going to be going towards, I hate to say, towards 30 years I think, through dinghies and half-tonners back in the 80s and early 90s. Then we went off into a 49er for a little while. Then I've crewed for him in his J24 a few times, but we've generally sailed together for a long time. We've got then the rest of the crew, myself included, we're the entire Loo Sailing Club Enterprise fleet. So we race each other twice a week in dinghies on a twice weekly basis, and this week we've all come together to sail one boat, so that makes it quite interesting.
So has it brought out any of the old rivalries? Are they showing their heads on board, or are you managing to keep it together so far?
No, we're all very together. We're one strong team on this boat. We were quite careful the way we sailed against each other for the couple of weeks leading into this, so could get a bit tricky sometimes.
Don't want to bring any baggage onto this boat.
I didn't want to hit the main sheet man on the week before we came here.
So your first race this morning, I mean, stunning. You got a superb start. Talk us through it.
Yeah, the wind went right quite late into the start procedure, so we did manage to secure the slot right on the committee boat. Came out of there with good speed. That gave us the lead off the start line. It was paying over to the right. We recognised that and we kept to the right. Concord's a boat in its original configuration, so it competes with the modern half-tonners much better in the lighter wind. The wind was quite light this morning, so that was our weather. And we were off and we enjoyed it, and we had clear wind at the front, could go where we want, and that was okay.
Well, the rest of the day you've had a sort of mixed fortunes. Tell us a bit about the rest of your day.
The rest of the day was the wind got up, and we don't quite compete as well with the boats that put the bulb keels on and the carbon fibre masts and the masthead kites, and we're sailing our boat in its original configuration, and we're pleased to do that, and the results we got later on are probably the right results for the day.
Now, with regard to the half-ton Classic Cup and the half-ton class as a whole, what attracted you to the boat and the event?
I used to sail the half-tonners back in the 80s, and the last event I did was 1990 in Howth, before Cowes a few years ago. So I was addicted to it when it was a more serious event. Still, back then they were raced with professional sailors, and we used to go along and compete as amateurs and do okay. And I don't know why I got back into it really. I was just on the internet one night and I noticed Concord for sale. I knew Concord was a good boat. I went and had a look at it in Spain, and ended up buying it and bringing it back and renovating it, and here we are.
So tell us a bit about Concord. What design is she? What's her history? It's
quite a special boat, designed by Daniel Andrio, 1989, one of the very last half-tonners ever made. Very, very fast boat in its time. I sailed against it in Le Havre in 1989. I had a half-tonner then that I had just built myself, and it was new that year. We were in a different league to Concord then. When we raced it, it just disappeared. It handled differently. So when I saw it for sale now, I thought, yeah, and here we are.
Fantastic. Well, what are your hopes and expectations for the rest of the week?
We want to have a good time. I think the rest of the week could be windy, so I think we could be focused on the evening activities because I think we might do better on those.
Well, good luck for the rest of the week. We'll keep up with your progress, and thanks so much for talking to us tonight.
All right, thanks.